Afternoon guys, going to be doing an oil change on my car today. Since I've been doing airbags in, I've been putting a lot of miles on my car, so I need to get it serviced. The other day I've done the air filter. Today we're going to be doing the oil change, and next video will be how to do the fuel filter, then the cabin filter, and we're going to finish off with renewing the cam belt. Bits you need for the oil change guys is you need your oil, 530 semi-synthetic, you need an oil filter and seal. I also recommend you renew the sump plug as well. If you don't want to renew the sump plug, at least renew the seal because they're one use only, just to make sure your oil don't leak out your sump. To do first of all is slacken off the wheel nuts, because we need to access the oil filter through the inner arch. That's the best way to do it. So what we're going to do is take the caps off, slacken the wheel nuts off, and then we'll get the car in the air. Right, we'll remove the caps first. Once you finish the job and retighten the wheel up, the wheel nuts need to be torqued up to 150 Newton meters. And then once they've been torqued up, you need to drive the car for 25 miles and get the torque rechecked. The jacking ports are actually on the corner. Yeah, it's just up beyond the plastic panel. Right, for safety, we always put the car in axle stands. If you look underneath there, look, that's where you put your axle stands in, not in your chassis. Right, and guys, get yourself a suitable container and just slacken off your sump plug. Yeah, slacken them off to you able to turn it with your fingers. Hold your pot up. And just let it drain out a little bit, because you don't want to get it everywhere. Take the wheel off, and we can take the inner lining off to get to the oil filter. We don't need to take the inner lining off. If you have a look at there, look, that's the oil filter. So we need to find a socket to fit that, loosen them off, and change that. Right, now the oil's drained, we'll get our new sump plug and screw that one in with a brand new washer. Sump nut has got to be torqued up to 25 Newton meters. So what we'll do first of all, we just nick the sump plug up so we can get rid of that oil and give it a little clean up before we torque it down. Right, we're all cleaned up guys. Set the torque wrench to 25 Newton meters. So we just press that until it's done. Click. There. Right, that's that done. Right guys, let's do the filter. The nut on the back of the filter housing is 32mm. So you need to get yourself a 32mm spanner But what I always do is make a little channel, because when you loosen the oil filter off, the oil runs out a little oil at the back, so you make yourself a little channel. Yeah, so bring the camera around to show you. Make yourself a little channel like that, so that when you loosen off the oil filter to a certain amount, there's a little hole on the side, and the oil that's in the filter will run out that hole and go down the channel into this container. Then you don't get oil everywhere. Right, let's see if we can loosen this filter off. It's a bit awkward to get to, but once you've got it loosened off so far, you can do it with your hand. Yeah, it's coming alright. It's doing alright, guys. There we go, guys. See the oil running down into the container? Then you don't get it everywhere. Once it's out so far, you can just bring it out a little bit more. There we go. He's out. That's the casing out. The filter's left behind. I'll just pop the filter out and slide them down there into that container. Keeps everything nice and clean. Right, guys, now you've got your housing off and your filter, there's a seal on here that needs to be changed. So get yourself a little pick or a little screwdriver, just hook it in behind. It's a bit awkward to do sometimes. And just hook him off. Just like that, take that one off. Let's give it a little wipe round. Don't wipe too much oil off, because the seal needs lubricant to make it go in nice and smooth, so it don't catch. There you go. Put the seal in there, rub a bit of water around it. And your filter, see it's got a seal on the end there? That part goes into the engine. So put a little bit of lubricant on it. And that section there, you've got clips in the end of there, look. That just clips into there like that. Like that. And we just put them back in. And as we screw it back in, that seal seats inside the engine. Should be able to do it by hand most of the way, and then you feel it seat inside, and the rest of the way you just use your spanner and just tie it up gently. Nearly there. So just a little neck like that. That's all you need to do. Just wipe it all around. All nice and clean. Right, what we need to do now is get the wheel back on. If you're doing your oil change on level ground, get the wheel back on, drop the vehicle back down, then put your engine oil in. I'm doing it on a little slope here, so where it's jacked up, it's pretty much brought the car level, so I can top my engine oil up with the car jacked up. And then once you lower them to the ground, they need to be torqued up to 150 Newton meters on this particular vehicle. Every vehicle's got a different torque setting. So what I do, just nick them up diagonally. That's plenty tight enough, and just make sure your wheels sat nice and flush against your brake disc. And then once we lower them down to the ground, we're talking up to 150 Newton meters. Then we do 25 miles on the vehicle and we recheck the torque. That's through the manufacturer specifications. Right, let's get the bonnet up and top the engine oil up. Right, take our oil cap off, put them back there safely, pull our dipstick out, give it a wipe off. The engine oil capacity on this particular vehicle is 4.5 litres and the spec is 530 semi-synthetic. So we know roughly how much it is with the gauge on the side of the oil container, so we need to go somewhere around about here. Right, it's about there at the moment, so we need to go to about there. Right, it shouldn't be far off now, guys. Just got to let the oil settle to the sump. Give them a wipe over. There we go, guys. It's on the full mark, but when we start the car up, it's going to drop because it needs to fill the oil filter up with oil. Then we just need to recheck our level after we've done that. When we start the car up, you don't rev it up, because don't forget, you've got no oil in that oil filter. You just got to let it fill itself up on tick over. Right, we just got to let the oil settle now, recheck the level, and then top up as needed. Here we go, guys, on the maximum amount. So when you do the oil change, just don't forget to put the oil cap back on once you finish, because it'll just go everywhere. Right, what we've got to do now is get the car on the deck and torque those wheels up on the front to 150 Newton meters and reset the service light. Right, set the torque wrench to 150 newtons. Just nick them up a little bit more. What you always do, it diagonally. Take the extension bar off, make it easier. Actually, I can't use that. Need the extension bar on it. See how I'm talking about diagonally? That's just to make sure the wheel pulls in evenly. The last thing to do is put your wheel nut covers back on. Right, guys, just going to take you off my stick to reset the service light. What we do is turn the ignition on. Don't start the car, just turn them on. And you come up with your menu. Then what you do then, see this button here, the menu button, you press that, see it comes up with oil service. If it didn't come up, see this button here, you scroll until you come to that. And once you're on your oil service life, you press your foot on the brake and the clear button on the end of there, we press that and it comes up with this menu here. Then we use the scroll button to scroll up to yes, press the clear button on the end and see it's changed to 100%, and that's your oil service light reset. Right guys, that's your oil change complete and the service light reset. If you want to know how to do a cam belt or fuel filter, click on the subscribe button. I'll be doing that in the next couple of weeks. Bye for now.